all right. I got it. First question.
Israel, at the end of the day, you still got the belt around your waist, another defense of the title, but probably not the fight that everybody was hoping to see, that was wanting to see. It looked like even you looked a little bit disappointed at the end. Just give me an idea kind of what went wrong, I guess. I mean, who should shoulder blame for the way that fight played out?
I mean, it's not the fight I wanted to have. I had a different vision for how this fight was going to end. But it takes two to tango. You know, I can't force a guy to fight. I can force him to make mistakes, which I did a little bit by exposing his legs later on. But for me, if a guy stands there for the first 2 minutes and just has his hands up, am I supposed to risk my belt and get clipped by him? Which I did. I realized, okay, that's a bad move. And I went back to what I do best, which is pick people apart. But yeah, that was really bizarre. I mean, I might as well have just used a training dummy at my gym as my sparring partner, you know. But yeah, it was just really bizarre because I was expecting a little bit more. And like I said, crafty. These guys are crafty. These old guys, they'll do things and act like, why you not fight? I'm like, I'm chopping your legs up. I'm jabbing you. Why aren't you bringing the fight? I mean, you guys know me. I'm never in a boring fight. That's not my style. You see me like even tonight I overcame adversity. You see me overcome adversity again. I mean, before in the Gaslam fight. You've seen when the going gets tough, when someone actually brings the fight, when someone actually comes after you with different looks, different techniques, not just one look, and that's just like a what do you call it? A wooden dummy, a wooden kung fu dummy, just standing there. You know, you see Robert Whittaker, who actually blitzed, attacked. You know, I need people to try and take this shit off me. Keep trying.
So he was in here and he said, he put the blame on you and said, you know.
Of course he did.
You were running, you didn't engage, you know, he wanted to put on a war, a battle for the fans, and you simply were a track star running around. How do you address him saying that?
What else is he gonna say? How he's gonna sleep at night? I mean, he lost his last chance at gold. Even in the 5th round. Come on, you attack. I've used the Gaston fight reference over and over again, but that's because, you know, I really showed out in that 5th round because I knew I wanted that belt. I wanted it more. Show me you want the belt. That belt was up for grabs, and I went to grab it, and I grabbed it. So show me you want the belt. Don't just roll up and then, you know, do the bachata, the merengue, and then, oh, come fight, boy, come fight. I'll just you. I'm like, these are veteran moves. I think one of his tactics is try to bore you. And he's done it with a lot of guys. He'll just stand there and bore you. And then you're just expecting something, and you lose concentration for half a second or a second, and then he catches you. You know? That's probably his only hope for this fight. I think that was his thing. But, yeah, I don't know. That was really bizarre, and it's not my kind of fight. But like I said, check my resume. If you haven't seen me fight before, check my resume and see how I really fuck these dudes up.
Clearly, you're still a star on the rise. And Dana was in here earlier, and he said, man, in hindsight, maybe we shouldn't have made this fight. Maybe we should have waited for Costa to get healthy and made that fight. Sitting here now, do you feel like, maybe this really wasn't the fight to make?
No. Everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. But I'm looking forward to that fight now more than ever, because I actually get a guy that's going to not stand there and do like the 52 blocks at me. He's actually going to come forward, have pressure, and get hit by me a lot.
Yeah. Last thing for me, Costa is obviously the next fight. He says he's looking at July 11th. You know, Dana wants to make sure he gets cleared first. But for you, ideally, when would you like to have that fight?
That sounds good to me. July is my birthday month, and what is he? We're in March, April, May, June. Yeah, I can do that.
Izzy, congratulations on the win.
Hey, what's up, Kevin?
Costa made a comment. He was kind of ripping you when he came in here after the fight, and he basically said you're the most shameful champion he's ever seen. And he said you just ran, you're scared, and he doesn't deserve that I talk about him, meaning talking about you, and he said he'd make you cry. You think he's just trying to get his name in the headlines tonight? Or
He sucks at it. That's the thing. He sucks at trying to talk trash as well, and he's easily influenced. I can flick his nose, and you'll see him bark at the cage. Like, he's too emotional, and already I know how that fight's going to go. I'm going to sleep that guy. He's a guy that I've had a lot of kickboxing fights. His reach, his arms, when he lets it down, reaches his waist. You know, I'll pick him apart. He's a guy that I'll definitely jab, pick apart, catch him, and then knock him out. That's what I was hoping Romero would be. I had certain moves timed, ready for him, but it's hard to implement them when the guy won't come at you. So, yeah, and it's not the fact that I wasn't trying to attack, because eventually I decided, cool, I'm gonna attack you then. I attacked his leg, and I battered his leg. His leg is fucked. Trust me, he's not gonna be walking tomorrow. If you've never taken a leg kick, you wouldn't understand. But I looked at his leg after the fight when I was talking to Joe Rogan, and I saw his legs was battered and bruised, and I already knew it. It was when I think in the 4th round, I could see the damage I did in the leg, so I just invested more in it.
Do you feel like, and this is probably applying to both of you, but if something's not working, that you have to adjust and make an adjustment and sort of change what you're doing a little bit? And the fact that you came out after that great women's fight and the crowd's all into it, and I think people kind of had the bloodlust after that fight was going on. They want to see you guys do that. Is it incumbent upon you as the champion or him as the challenger to make an adjustment to change what's happening?
I made an adjustment. I was the one that made the adjustment because, I mean, it's up to both of us. But yeah, definitely up to the challenger as well. Like, I mean, if I had fought the way he fought, you guys would rip me to shreds right now as a shameful champion, like Homeboy said, da-da-da-da. But the first round, he didn't do anything. I wasn't able to get off as much as I wanted to. So I think from the second round, end of the second round, the 3rd round, I started to like use long attacks, like my leg kicks. I have long legs, so I could touch him. He can't touch me. I'd hit him with the leg kick and try and swing that left at me and miss. But yeah, it's not up to just me. I'm the champion. I'm the one with the belt. I'm the one with the gold. If you want it, come get it. And in the 5th round, like I said, when I fought Gastelum, the belt was up for grabs. It was about who wanted it more. And I wanted it more. That's why I'm the champion. I'm the champion now. If you want the belt and you know the fight's close, come get it. And he didn't.
Last thing for me, I know, personal lives get involved in your fight camp too. And I wonder, I know you had a little tragedy with one of your animals, and how much did that affect you? And did it, during training camp, did it have tear you down a little bit?
No, not really. I put all that in the back burner. I'm very cold in that way, almost like a psychopath. But I'll deal with it later on. Like now, I agree. I'll agree with, I've buried her and all that kind of stuff, and I've made the right moves. Like I made a promise to myself, I'm never getting a cat till I get a property with a kilometer in all directions. And now I have a secure space, a space that no one can ever run over my cat. Don't fuck with cats.
Israel, right here in the back. A lot was made from Yoel's last few opponents that kicking him felt like concrete or steel or anything. So I'm curious, after spending 25 minutes with him, what did it feel like to kick him?
Like flesh and bone and muscle, really thick muscle, but nothing like steel. I don't know, like you guys have these metaphors. Have you ever actually kicked steel? It's fucking bullshit. It's just the media perpetuates all this shit. Oh, he's new steel. And I said, just muscle, thick muscle. I understand what people are trying to say, but it's heavy. But nah, I kicked the bottom of the heavy bag at my gym. It's way harder than that. Way harder than him, so it was nothing to me. I kicked him initially, and he checked it, and he pointed like, he kind of smirked like, that hurt. And I was like, I'm still gonna fucking kick you, and I still did, and I still used my right leg at him. And eventually I switched to southpaw, and I used my left leg. My injury isn't from anything he did; it's from what I did, from attacking him. So I mean, that whole shit, that narrative was steel. Put that to rest now.
And then you had another entrance, not similar, your entrance against Whitaker, you danced and performed. This one, you had people coming out with you. It looked like they threw flowers up into the air. So anything you want to say on that, your entrance?
That just came to me the day my cat died. I had a metamorphosis in my car that kind of just made me feel a type of way through music and just the vision I was getting. I was a vessel. So it was what I was supposed to do. I don't know if it came from my ancestors or whatever, but it was what I was supposed to do. And I think it was aesthetically pleasing. Like I said, I wanted to aesthetically please the audience. This is my first pay-per-view headliner in America. I really wanted this is not the fight I wanted. Like I said, I wanted a fight like any of my fights in the UFC. Watch any of even the Brad Tavares fight. That was my first main event in America. It was a fight night, not a pay-per-view, but Brad Tavares brought the fight. He came to fucking fight. and I sunned him 5-0. This was probably 4-1 or maybe 5-0 on some scorecards, but yeah, like I wanted to showcase, and the entrance was part of the showcase, definitely.
And then one final one. Dana White said you and Yoel had a tall task ahead of you to outperform the women before your fight. So I'm curious if you watched that fight in the back and what went through your mind watching that.
I didn't really see the fight, so I caught glimpses of it. I don't really know how to score it or anything. But, yeah, like I said, I came to fight. He came to merengue.
Champ right here. All right, let's take it from the top. So the first punch that he connected with at the very beginning, after he stood there for a few minutes, it looked like you were blinking your left eye a little bit. What happened there?
He punched me in the face. In my
I'm
eye,
saying,
and I was blinking a lot because I could see 2 Yoel Romeros.
so that's what happened. He cracked you with a good one.
I mean, yeah, he cracked me with a good one, but I mean, this is the guy that's supposed to put everyone down. He hit me because I was not on the outside. My foot positioning was wrong in that stance that I was at, and in the situation I was in, I came down the middle rather than from the side, from the outside, and he cracked me with his best shot early on. I ate that. I'm not proud of my chin, I've told you guys, but I can take a shot. I just don't like to brag about it because it's stupid. But then later on, you see, I read that left hand like it was nothing. Whenever it was coming at me, whoop, I was out the way. I leaned back. But yeah, he did crack me, and that was the best punch of his fight. That was it. That was his best shot of the fight, and that was it. Nothing. I'm still, I got like, what did I, a little graze over here? Cool.
Yeah, that was actually my next question, because he talked about leading up to the fight that he had the perfect game plan to knock you out. So now that the fight is over with, clearly that left hand was his game plan. And like you said, you took it and it didn't really, I mean, your face doesn't look marked up.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Stay pretty. It's the pretty ones you have to watch out for.
Were you surprised he didn't try to wrestle, though, when that didn't work?
He told me at one point, I can't remember which round, he said, I'm going to take down. I was like, you can try. And then that was his first takedown attempt. And then I got right back up. And then later on, he tried again. And like I said, my nuts on the back of his head, and I got back up.
Israel, back here. First off, big respect for you for showing your love for animals, man. I'm with you on that 100%.
Appreciate it. That's my baby.
Absolutely. So, question for you about Romero, and this is not taking anything away from you. You're an amazing athlete and a great champion. Do you think he's the same fighter that he was 5 years ago, back when he would take people down? He seemed kind of faster and like he could make some things happen. And I don't think this would have happened in a fight with him when he was a little bit younger. Do you see any legitimacy with that?
I could say you have a fair point. But also, when in the last stare down I had with him, the first one initially, when I told him to take his glasses off, I told him to take his glasses off for a reason, because I want to see the eyes, and I noticed his left eye. There's something wrong with it. It was, I don't know how he got past the doctors, but there's definitely something wrong with his left eye and his left side of his body. There's something wrong with it. I can feel it, I can see it, I can sense it. So even in the last stare down at the weigh-ins, I noticed it. So my plan was to close up his right eye, but when you're 100% defense or 98% defense, it's hard to, because when you throw a jab, when you attack, you always leave yourself open. Every time I attack, I leave myself open. I take risks. You guys have seen my resume. I don't have to tell you this. I take risks. He didn't. He was 98% defense. He never went below like 85, 86% defense. He was constantly on the defensive and expecting me to attack so he can just open up and then attack me. And like I said, I don't know. It was bizarre. Like I'm still gonna watch the fight again and just marvel at it because it was interesting to be a part of.
Absolutely. A lot of people thought he was going to take a page out of Kelvin Gastelum's book. Were you expecting that as well?
A little bit. That's why I didn't hit my stance at the beginning of this fight. Normally I hit my stance, but I didn't want him to get the jump on me in case that was his plan. But I was ready for anything. I was ready for this. This is his wait, but I was not ready for him to just stand still and just look at me like a crash test dummy.
When the referee warned you guys, what did he say?
He said, "Oh, you guys need to give the judges something to score." And I was doing my work. I was the one moving, getting reads. I was the one jabbing. I was the one attacking. He was waiting for that game plan he had, that one-shot knockout power that he already landed and didn't do shit with. So I was the one working. The ref should have actually looked at him and said, "Look, you need to fucking engage more," because I was engaging. I don't know. I mean, you can have your own personal opinions, but yeah, I was the one actually controlling the fight.
Yeah. Last one for me. With the Paulo Costa fight being next, can we expect some kind of craziness with press conferences, or might you be able to bring some humor?
The guy, he sucks at English. He's a buffoonus ignoramus. Well, he left. I thought he was gonna like shit in his hand and throw it at the cage. So that's why I was trying to look at Joe Rogan like, where is he? And it's like, he's gone. I was like, oh fuck. I was ready to roast him right there and then. Oh, trust me, I'm gonna have fun with him. I'm gonna fucking roast him like a Sunday pig.
Got you. Thank you.
Izzy right here. When Dana was in here earlier, he said that he thinks you fight to the level of your competition. Basically, citing the Anderson Silva fight as maybe a little lackluster.
The 112, Damian Maia. Yeah, I mean, fair point. Yes, I mean, I can only do so much with what you bring me. It's smart. Yeah, like what am I gonna do? Attack a brick wall and get caught? No, I'm gonna fight to the level that you're giving me. This is a dance, fighting. I don't know if any of you actually spar or even train, but like, there's a flow of energy. There's a flow of body language. So you have to do something for me to react. I have to read you. I have to give you. Like you saw the first 2 minutes, I was trying to probe reads, and he just stood there still with his arms up, fully 100% defense, and then slowly started to like release a little bit, like 0.1%, 0.5%. It's like, what are we doing? And then he caught me when I made a mistake, and that was because I played into his game plan. Maybe I got frustrated, and I thought, okay, let me attack him. And I attacked wrong. I attacked down the center line. And then I was like, oop. But, I mean, thank God, didn't knock me out. I know a lot of them were hoping like that was the one, and that was him. He was hoping that was his game plan. And his fucking fat, bowling ball-looking coach started booing me after the fight as well. Fuck that cunt.
Yeah, what was that about?
I don't know. Boo! I don't know. Fuck, I don't know. He can, shove it where the sun don't shine.
And when Yoel was in here, I actually asked him about the leg kicks, and he got up and started salsa dancing.
Psh. He's a veteran. He's a man that can take a lot of pain. I'm guaranteeing you. I guarantee you, behind closed doors, he's limping. He's sore. He's icing his legs right now. I guarantee you. I'm not scared to show my emotions. I'm not scared to say what happened, but he wants to save face because he lost the fucking fight. So he wants to act like I never got hurt. He never hurt me. I hurt him bad. I'm telling you that. You can see the story. I made his leg the fucking color of the rainbow. Yeah, I hurt him bad.
Last one from me. It's been such like a storybook perfect kind of rides for you in the UFC to win the title and everything you've done. Does a night like tonight, where you're kind of the point of criticism, fair or unfair, whether it was your fault, is that going to bother you?
I wouldn't say I'm the point of criticism. I don't really care what people think at the end of the day. I get paid. I got paid. I mean, even if you look on Twitter, you can see where the memes are going. Like, there's so many memes already popping up showing that he didn't actually bring the fight. So I'm not really the point of criticism. He is.
Izzy over here. You said that you wanted to be the first to finish Yoel in the UFC and sort of add that to your legacy. You weren't able to get it, but you did defend your title. I'm wondering if that taints your title defense and how you feel about it.
Nah, fuck no. I still beat the guy that I shouldn't even have been in there with me on a 3-fight losing streak. I called him out. I was the one that said, let me fight that guy. The UFC said, nah, we can't put that. Doesn't make sense. I'm like, look, I don't care. Let me fight that guy. But guess what? He didn't want to fight. He was hoping. He was hoping that I would make a mistake. If you want, listen, you have to make someone make mistakes. You have to create the opportunity so you can get your knockout punch. But you can't just stand there and hope I run into it and hope I run into you. That's dumb. Because then I'm just going to stand on the outside and pick you apart. Because I'm not stupid. I'm not going to risk millions of dollars on the line just so I can please some drunken buffoons in the crowd who've been drinking since 4 p.m. Are you shitting me? Nah. So I did what I had to do to win the fight, but it doesn't taint my legacy in the slightest. Trust me, at some points when he was bringing like a little bit of heat, I was waiting for him to swing or do something crazy because I had something planned for him. But he never obliged. So yeah, it's not really on me, it's on him.
Right after the decision was read, we saw on camera you said, see you soon, boy, to him. Do you think you'll meet him down the line again? Or do you
I said, because he did something and touched me on the chin, I was like, don't punch. He kind of, not chin me, I was like, don't chin me. I can't say. I said, look, if you stick around till you're 50, then I'll see you soon, boy. I was just using this one. I was just mixing his own words against him. It was clever.
And Paulo Costa says he wants to fight you in July. I know you want to stay busy. Does that day work for you?
Yeah, I'm free.
Thank you.
Izzy over here. Did you ultimately lose respect for Yoel Romero in his game plan, especially after everything that he said post-fight?
I think so, yeah. You just brought that question up. I'd say, yeah, it was anticlimax. I love this shit, man. I love to fight. You see me. How many times do I have to fucking bring up the Gastelum fight as a point of reference? The Robert Whittaker fight, the Brad Tavares fight. You know, like, even going to my kickboxing fights, going to my early MMA fights. You've seen me. You've seen my resume. You've seen I don't have boring fights. I look for people who want to fight. And I called out the guy that everyone is supposedly scared of. I'm like, what's so scary about him? I kicked his fucking leg. I kicked it over and over again. It was not steel. He's human. And he acts like he's this... yeah, I definitely lost respect for him. I definitely lost respect for what I thought was going to be, you know, a really difficult challenge to overcome. And, like, it would have been really nice to do what I wanted to do, which was finish him. And I had my game plans in mind, but, yeah, he had other plans to just stand there and have his hands up.
It also seems like the blueprint for a lot of guys now is to not attack you because you're a master counter striker, and that's what you take advantage of as guys coming at you. But with Paulo Costa, do you think there's any chance that he doesn't come forward?
He's too dumb. He's gonna just Even when he fought Yoel Romero pointed at the ground and he looked at the ground and then got struck. Like, he's just such a ignoramus buffoonus. Scientific name. Thank you guys, appreciate it. And watch out for your fucking clickbaits. Hey, the headlines. I know some of you like to use that to get some likes, but watch out. I don't want to block anyone in real life. Thank you. Sorry, Timmy. And still. Standard pose, standard fighter pose. Thank you guys, appreciate it.